Hello, I'm going to help you understand the basics of economic survival and how to just keep your head above water at bare minimum in this, well, totally screwed up economy. Now we're going to go over several survival basics to, like I said, get you through anything. Even if you don't know jack, following these simple steps will keep you alive. Now, first and foremost, get rid of all but one credit card. Pay them all off, and then just keep one for emergency use only. Which, in the end, should really be never. And think about it. You've lost thousands of dollars every year to interest rates by just slowly paying things off. And these credit cards, they nail your ass. That's how they make their money. Is you just paying the bare minimum. Don't pay the bare minimum. Pay that shit off, and then just keep one credit card. Chop the rest up. Get rid of them. That also said, you should try to buy only what you can quickly afford or what is absolutely essential. I have a $8,000 Ford Ranger. Cheap, reliable, there's almost nothing on it that can go wrong. It can move things. This computer that I'm using right here, $5,000. But I also do computer graphics, video game creation, and play video games because that's the sort of shit that I like to do in my free time. You should be able to get by with a basic computer that's like $1,000. But here's the kicker. If I did the pay things off over time approach, my $8,000 truck would have been about $14,000. My $5,000 PC here would have cost me $7,500. Don't pay off things over time. That's how they basically artificially increase the price at a rate that you can kind of survive with it. You don't notice it as much, but that's a couple of grand that wouldn't be in my bank right now. Now the next thing, never rent. Why are you putting $600 a month or more to a house that you aren't going to keep? Here's the real truth. The rich rent. And there's no two ways around it. You either have wealth and you're rich, or you don't have wealth and you're poor. Haves and the have-nots. It's as basic as it gets. You're watching this probably because you're one of the have-nots. That's why I'm giving you this advice, so you can try and become one of the haves. Now, like I was saying, the rich rent. The reason they rent is because they don't have to fix anything. That's all somebody else's problem. They make too much money to have to worry about that crap. The poor, who aren't wealthy, we need to buy. And when you buy, this is an investment. Look at the area. Don't buy cheap. Buy smart. Find housing in good areas. And when you buy into an area, remember, you may move and have this house that you need to do something with. This is when you sell, because it was an investment, or you rent. In which case, being a landlord can be living hell. Until you get used to the concept of no means no, you're being charged rent, pay it or get the fuck out. And the very, very most important, absolute most important thing, when you are renting, not as a not as somebody who's renting the property, but as a person who's renting the property out. The absolute most important thing to remember is it takes, on average, 3 months to get a person evicted. So the first month that they don't pay, you got to start the eviction paperwork. I'm talking like on the spot. It's simple. It takes about 10 minutes of your time, and you can instantly cancel it. So the second they pay up, all right, they're paid up in full, and you go back and start the paperwork. Eviction notice is canceled. Finally, you might want to have a clause in there so that you can decide to extend or renew their rental contract. This lets you get rid of problematic renters because making money is supposed to be easy. Sleazebacks and con jobs don't need to be around you and your stuff. They attract like people. That just kind of devalues or destroys your property. Now, if you just follow these basics that I've laid out for you, you'll put yourself in a situation where pretty much you can't spend more money than you make every single month. Because if you're not using your credit card, you're not going to be working on credit, which cuts into next month's income. There, all I ask you to do is try and hold on to $300 a month. Just an extra, put $300 into the bank, and then the rest of it you spend. You're looking at a guy who's paid off a it was $45,000, but because it took me 6 years with interest, it turned out to be $55,000 in student loans, an $8,000 vehicle. This is my third $5,000 laptop. I have 69 grand in the bank right now as of August 28th, 2012. And I've done this over the past 6 years while the economy's been all to shit. You might know what I'm talking about. But give it a shot. If you for some reason lack the financial discipline to just simply put $300 a month to the side, and then take all the excess cash you didn't spend at the end of the month and put that aside, there's a reason you're in financial straits. But to the rest of you, I wish the best of luck.